Hello, in this video we will deal with the story of Job. I will mention the Quran first. The story of Job is mentioned twice in the Quran, so I will use an extended edition. Surah 38. And remember our servant Job when he called to his Lord, "Indeed, Satan has touched me with hardship and torment." So he was told, "Strike the ground with your foot, there is a spring for a cool bath and drink." And we granted him, his family, and the like number with them as a mercy from us, and a reminder for those of understanding. We said, "And take in your hand a bunch of grass, and strike with it, and do not break your oath. Indeed, we found him patient, an excellent servant. Indeed, he was one repeatedly turning back to Allah." The problem I have in bringing up the narrative of Job from the Jewish scriptures is that it is 42 chapters and 1070 verses long. I am therefore obliged, for the time's sake, to make a concise comparison as I read the Quranic account. 1. According to the Quran, Job prays to Allah, mentioning that Satan afflicted him with a great torment, but he does not complain about it and does not ask for deliverance. According to the Tanakh, Job is not aware of Satan's involvement in his misfortunes and thinks that God has directly brought all these troubles upon him. 2. The Quran gives no details or explanation of what exactly happened to Job and why. The Tanakh gives a very detailed explanation, 1070 verses, of the unfortunate circumstances in Job's life. 3. Allah tells Job to hurry to a certain place with a spring of water which could make Job whole again, and Allah gives him a new family. The Tanakh tells us how Job suffers, how his friends come to lament with him, and eventually accuse him of being a sinner who brought this tragedy upon himself. God defended his innocence. At the end of the story, God expounds his majesty and power to Job, who in return repents for misunderstanding him. God forgives Job, restores his health, brings him new wealth, and new children are born to him. 4. The Quran says that Allah tells Job to beat some female, most likely his wife, with a green branch, to avoid breaking an unexplained oath. This drama is absent in the Tanakh, but there is an exchange between Job and his wife at the beginning of this event. This occurs when he is stricken with the painful boils. His wife gives him a misguided advice to curse God and die, but he rebukes her, determined to worship God even in such a terrible state. Most likely the author of the Quran, just as in the story of Noah, highlights the argument between Job and his wife, but places it at the end of the story and suggests that Job promised to give her many lashes for such a bad suggestion. 5. Also, the author of the Quran leaves out the arrival of Job's friends and their lengthy dialogue with him. In the final analysis, the story of Job in the Quran lacks the deep spiritual lesson we can learn from the Tanakh, and gives no explanation of what and why those troubles happened to Job. It confuses the story by adding the beating of his wife to avert breaking an unknown oath. In the next 5 videos, I will continue discussing differences between the Jewish scriptures and the Quran in the story of Abraham. Thanks for watching. See you next time.